Welcome to Beyond the Funeral Service. I'm Vonda Rosado, and I'm here with my husband, Bill.
For years, our family has had the honor of walking alongside our neighbors during their most difficult moments. We've seen firsthand that grief is universal, but through it, it's deeply personal.
People are simply uncomfortable talking about death.
We want to change that. We're here to break the stigma and pull back the curtain on the funeral industry. We want to replace the mystery and the hushed tones with clear information in honest conversations.
We believe that when you aren't afraid to talk about death and dying, you can truly focus on the life that was lived. This podcast is our way of sitting down with you, heart to heart, to offer a little bit of peace for the journey ahead.
From our family to yours, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Beyond the Funeral Service. Of course, my name is Bill, and this is Vonda. And as you can see, we have a special guest, or guest. I don't know if you can see them both or not.
Yes. So here at the funeral home, we believe in bringing as much comfort and things to the community as we can. And sometimes comfort comes in the form of 4 paws. So that is what we're going to talk about today, is Neji and his role here at the funeral home as a therapy dog.
So Neji actually came from Perry County Humane Society. So he's here, a local boy, along with Bailey too. Bailey, they both came from the Humane Society. They actually both spent a whole lot of time there. And when we first got Neji, we put him through some training. We seen how he responded to different things and thought, man, there's more he could do. So we not just gave him a home, but we gave him a purpose and a role here at the funeral home.
Yes. So when we adopted Neji, we did not adopt him we didn't adopt him for the purpose of doing anything at the funeral home. We adopted him as a pet. And he has his place that he is supposed to stay in the office, and he knows he's not supposed to get out of that place. And this was during his training.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
But he knows he's not supposed to get out of his place. And one day I was meeting with the family in the arrangement area, and she started crying, and he immediately snuck out of his place and tiptoed over and nudged her hand, and she immediately was comforted, and it gave her a mental break from her grief and broke down that wall just even for a minute, but that's all it took to help her a little bit. And then later in the conversation, she broke down again, and he picked up his bone and brought his bone over to her. And
Bailey.
So she just,
Bailey.
It was a huge
Paul.
step for him in showing us what he could really do and what he sensed in people. Now, Bailey, on the other hand,
he's the best door greeter we got, right?
Bailey is a very happy dog. He loves everybody, and he thinks everybody loves him. So if you stopped in the funeral home, I try to keep them in the office, but sometimes people unexpectedly stop by, and he does greet them very well. But no, Bailey is he's very happy-go-lucky, and that's usually not the tone at the funeral home. So I don't know that he would ever, even with training to specifically do that, I don't think Bailey has that temperament. Neji went through a lot of different training stages. He was trained by Misti Funk at Ready, Set, Sit, and cannot recommend her high enough. But he went to think about all the things he has to experience. He hears crying, he hears wailing, he hears people yelling at each other sometimes. So he had to be able to accept all those different sounds around him. And it was a new environment for him. So he went to training at some developmental homes. He went to training at nursing homes. He was taught to leave things. So if a pill is dropped or something on the ground that we don't know what it is, we just tell him to leave it, and he walks away. So he's been through a lot of different training. He has been taught to go under, so he can go under chairs or anything like that that he can fit, because he is a big boy. But he's been taught to go under, so if people want him out of the way, he can immediately just go under and get out of the way. But Neji they do stay in their place in the office, and sometimes not even present when we have services.
People got to understand too that Neji and Bailey aren't here 24/7 at the service, right? If someone isn't interested in having dogs, because not everybody likes dogs, or not everybody thinks it's appropriate, right, for the service, they are not present unless someone actually agrees to or is requested it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. No, I would say I'm sorry to all the other staff members, but I would say Neji is the most requested staff member we have. We will be working the door and people just come in and one after the other, where is Neji? Can we see the dog? Where is he at? So, and then of course the situation has to be right for him too. So not every situation is right for him to come into, and we don't put him in that either. But when people do, there have been times where we have asked the family, we saw where he could be of help. And so we asked the family, would you like us to be, bring him out? Are you okay with us bringing him out? And even then it's a very controlled environment. But a lot of times that's with children. So we've had young children come and really, really struggling to even come into the funeral home. They're afraid, the fear, they don't know what to expect. So they get themselves all worked up. One child we had was a very immediate family member, so she really needed to be here. And she was so scared that we thought Neji would be a great help to her, and he absolutely was. She calmed down. She was able to, she then stayed through the entire visitation because Neji that was her comfort, and there was no judgment. She just bonded with him immediately, and that helped her to be able to face her fear. And for many children, this is their first experience with a funeral home, and they're afraid. So if he can just give people that mental break, that's what he's here for.
Yeah, when we think about death, it is a topic that people don't like to talk about, but it's really tough for people to deal with also. And we see that multiple times, right, that people are struggling in some situation, right, to bring comfort and ease to the moment, right, to break that feeling of uncomfortability. Neji really comes in and plays a big part. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, he does. We're very lucky to have him. He's a special guy.
Yeah, we are blessed, very blessed. And just one thing to think about is that we see things differently, right? We see an opportunity where Neji fits in and is a big part of what we do, rather than just say, hey, that doesn't work. Oh, there goes Bailey, found a cat. Anything else you'd like to talk about the dogs? Hey, Bailey, come here. Bailey.
Come here, Bailey.
Come here. Hey, sit. Paul, there you go. Good boy. Down. 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 See, Bailey does know some things. To be a therapy dog, no. To understand commands, he does a pretty good job.
And what we really, really do want to stress to people, yes, we have therapy dogs here at the funeral home. Well, therapy dog, singular. We have a therapy dog here at the funeral home. And, but we know that not everyone is okay with that. We know that not everybody, some people are afraid of dogs. We know some people feel that dogs have no place in the funeral home. And we don't make a spectacle out of it. We want to assure everybody of that. If it's a very calm, quiet, for Neji's sake as well. So we don't make a spectacle out of them being here. It's done privately, kind of off to the side when somebody needs that comfort. But by all means, we want you guys to know he's only going to come out if he's asked by the family.
Neji. Place. Sit. Stay. Anything else that you want to talk about as far as therapy dogs?
I don't think so.
Nope. Greatly appreciate you coming, you too, Bailey, and being a part of our podcast. So the first dogs on our podcast.
Yes.
First star on our podcast. So if you'd like to learn more, just reach out, call, schedule a time if you want to come by and see Neej or Bailey. Bailey might greet you even if you don't plan on seeing him.
And you won't be the first person because many people come by and just ask to see Neej.
So thanks for viewing the podcast. Spend a little time with Neej and Bailey, and of course, my lovely wife, Vonda. Please share this with people that need to see, right, the opportunity that we have here at the funeral home in order to have a little bit of a difference and a little bit of comfort from four paws, just like Vonda said. Thank you for joining us on Beyond the Funeral Service, Compassionate Conversations. We genuinely hope today's discussion offered you clarity, comfort, or a moment for reflection.
At Maxton Rosado and Johnson Hughes Funeral Homes, we're truly honored to serve our communities with transparent pricing and heartfelt care. Whether it's guiding you through pre-arrangements or providing support in a time of immediate need, we are here.
If anything we discussed sparked a question, or if you'd like to learn more about our services at any of our 3 locations, please visit us online at maxtonrosado.com or johnsonhughes.com. You can also connect with us on Facebook. We're always ready to help.
Don't miss our next episode. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Until then, take care, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon.